Street Genius, Part 43. Honesty is a good value because it's something you have complete control over. It reflects reality, it benefits others, even if it's something unpleasant. Popularity, on the other hand, is a bad value. If that's your value, if your metric is being the most popular guy, girl at the dance party, much of what happens will be out of your control. You don't know who else will be at the event. You probably won't know who half those people are. Second, the value metric isn't based on reality. You may feel popular or unpopular when in fact you have no fucking clue what anybody else really thinks about you. Side note, as a rule, people who are terrified of what other thinks about them are actually terrified of all the shitty things they think about themselves being reflected back at them. Some examples of good, healthy values are honesty, innovation, or the healthy values are honesty, innovation, vulnerability, standing up for oneself, standing up for others, self respect, curiosity, charity, humility, and creativity. Some examples of bad, unhealthy values are dominance through manipulation, violence to manipulate others, indiscriminate fucking, feeling good all the time, always being the center of attention, not being alone, being liked by everybody, being rich for the sake of being rich, sacrificing small animals to the pagan gods. You'll notice that good, healthy values are achieved internally. Something like creativity or humility can be experienced right now. You simply have to orient your mind in a certain way to experience it. These values are immediate and controllable and engage you with the world as it is rather than how you wish it were. Bad values are generally reliant on external events, flying in a private jet, being told you are right all the time, owning a house in Bahamas, eating a cannoli while getting blown by three strippers. Bad values, while something fun or playable, lie outside of your control and often require socially destructive or superstitious means to achieve. Values are about prioritization. Everybody would love a good cannoli or a house in Bahamas. The question is your priorities. What are the values that you prioritize above everything else and that therefore influence your decision making more than anything else? Hiroe Onoda's highest value was complete loyalty and service to Japanese Empire. This value, in case you couldn't tell from reading about him, stacked worse than a rotten sushi roll. It created really shitty problems for Hero, namely, he got stuck on a remote island where he lived off bugs and worms for 30 years, and he felt compelled to murder innocent civilians too. So, despite the fact that Hero saw himself as a success, despite the fact that he lived up to his matrix, I think we can all agree that his life really sucked. None of us would trade shoes with him given the opportunity, nor would we commend his actions. Dave Mustaine achieved a great fame and glory and felt like a failure anyway. This is because he adopted a crappy value based on some arbitrary comparison to the success of others. This value gave him awful problems, such as I need to sell 150 million more records, then everything will be great. My next door needs to be nothing but stadiums. Problems he thought he needed to solve in order to be happy. It's no surprise that he wasn't. On the contrary, Pete Best pulled a switcheroo despite being depressed and distraught by getting kicked out of the Beatles. As he grew older, he learned to reprioritize what he cared about and was able to measure his life in a new light.